Pisces December. Okay, Pisces. So you have some interesting things going on right now because you've been dealing with Neptune and Saturn in your sign for a while now. Okay. And Saturn is the planet of hardship and responsibility. But in the sign of Pisces, it's almost like retreating back, clearing up some old things. There's a lot of themes of karma and clearing out the old. Then you've got your own ruling planet, Neptune, in Pisces, right? So that's like clearing up old karma, old, like healing up the past, okay? Now, for the month of December, you're going to have a square, 90-degree angle with the sun being in the mutable sign of Sagittarius. You are a mutable sign, Pisces. And then you also have Mercury, the planet of communication, retrograding in the sign of Sagittarius. So you got some squares there. You've got a square with Jupiter in the sign of Gemini, because Gemini is another mutable sign, so another square. Jupiter wants to make things big, so you're kind of almost being like trimmed down in some ways with these squares. And then you're dealing with the last kind of the ends of like clearing up old karma, okay, which isn't always easy, especially as we go into holiday months. But remember, by spring, Saturn, Neptune, they're going to start to make their way to Aries. So you're going to be off the hook from these planets. But this is a very important healing time for you, Pisces, okay? I kind of kept getting the message moment by moment for you, moment by moment, trying to stay present, knowing that these moments are kind of the last of their kind, okay? And making peace with that. Now, I pulled a few cards in your pre-reading. The first card I got was the Nine of Gifts, which would be the Nine of Pentacles. Now, Nine of Pentacles is often when things are beautiful, but we've kind of almost taken it for granted. And so there's this like moment by moment energy of savoring, making sure we're not just falling into this complacency, we're falling into like, let's really appreciate what we have here. Now, the Justice card showed up for you, Pisces, and this really kind of solidified my feelings about karma. He's received coal, okay? So there's justice being paid here. He's receiving what he put out. So this is a time to really be looking at what's coming into your life because, you know, these are some things that may be reflecting what you've been putting out. And so now you can take this time to clear this up, right? And no longer be the victim to it, just kind of clearing up and moving into a state of gratitude. Your next card is the Four of Air, lavender. My attention goes to like that sickle where things are being cut out that don't work, okay? And they're harvesting the lavender, and lavender is such a calming, to me, it's like grounding, calming scent. And so here you are harvesting the good and kind of not taking the old garbage with you anymore, okay? Clearing it out. Then the King of Pentacles showed up here in the Cozy Witch Tarot. I love that the king is a woman. It says shop at the top. And it says, true success isn't just about money. It's about happiness too. The sign on the door says support. Thanks for supporting local witches. Okay, so this is like local shopping. This is about remembering the beauty, the simplicity, the things that really bring us joy, and repetitive theme through all of this about Christmas, just keeping it simple, not overextending, supporting local businesses, and also just understanding that you're kind of coming out of a really karmic period. And yes, Pisces, you're ruled by Neptune, so you always have these themes of karma, of undoing the old. But with Neptune finishing up its time in your own sign, Pisces, this is really some things are going to come to closure. I hope you find peace with it. Don't take it too personally. Just break some of these old cycles, okay? And moving into fresher times in the spring for you. All right, so that was your pre-reading. I'm going into a live reading right now. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Loving this Yuletide Tarot. I'm also going to do one from the Herb Crafters because I just love the Herb Crafters. Oop, I guess that's the one because it went flying. And then we'll just throw one in here from the Cozy Witch because it's that cozy time of year to me. All right. Card number 1 is the 9 of good cheer. This would be the 9 of cups, okay? It looks like the party's over. She's finishing up the last of the wine. And so there's good times have been had, okay? But she's got to do the cleanup now. And that's kind of what I was feeling for you, is the cleanup of this old karma, okay? Let's see what this one is. This one just keeps showing up in all the readings, the Empress. In this deck, she's called Matrona. And I don't know her story, but I do know that the Empress is about ready to give birth. There's some new energy coming in here. The 8 of water, Valerian. Look how beautiful. That is so lovely. There's a cup of calming tea waiting for you here in this little cup, and there's the big cup of water outside. Valerian is a great plant for sleep, for rest. It works really well with lavender. And so you're looking like you're going into some new times. You're not just cleaning up other people's messes anymore. You're giving birth to a new version of yourself. And in this version, you do not take anything with you that does not serve you. And you found a way to calm yourself. Okay. Water is a great calming agent for you, Pisces. Water is a great clearing agent. Okay. So you know how people burn sage. Water is a great way for you to clear, whether that be taking a swim, a bath, any of those kind of things, and letting the emotions roll off of you. The moon shows up here and it says, taking time for deep self-reflection is essential. Kind of lines up with what we've been saying. The moon is fully illuminated. We have a full Gemini moon this month. Gemini is known to be the writer. Here she is journaling. I highly recommend that you're journaling through the Mercury retrograde, as all that's been going on since November 7th will be revisited. Okay, so you got some beautiful cards here. You got for major arcanas, you have the Empress and the moon, some of the feminine of tarot. You know, you think about astrology and stuff, most of the planets are masculine except for the Venus and the moon. And then some of our newer planets that were discovered in the early 2000s in Hawaii. Okay. So Makemake, Haumea, some of those new ones that I'm just starting to dip my toe into working with. So a lot of feminine energy here, a lot about clearing up the old, going into this new version of yourself, things be really illuminated for you, taking things moment by moment. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a few cards for each week of this big holiday month of December. And let's see what you need to know here, Pisces, for the 5 weeks of December. These cute little golden Art Nouveau. Here we go. First card. You got the Tower card coming in first, okay? Now, the Tower card is an Aquarian card. It's where things are unexpected, things are breaking down. But I think I see it as a really positive thing, because we were kind of talking about this 9 of good cheer, this 9 of cups, where like we can take some things for granted, but also like we doing that cleanup work, and the Tower's like helping you out. It's just busting some things apart that don't work. You may find some friendship changes right now. You may feel a little sad about that, but they are being cleared out of your way. Okay, week 2 as Mercury retrograde comes to a close by the end of the week. You got the Moon card. This is your second moon card showing up. This is a very feminine card. It's associated with the mother. Interesting that the Empress there, she's like about to become a mother. This is like they're howling. They know, they intuitively feel. You have 2 major arcana starting off your week by weeks. So there's kind of some comfort coming in when the moon shows up, and being more tender and compassionate to ourselves, and kind of giving that howl, that release. Okay, I see a lot of clearing up and releasing. Now, week 3, you have the 3 of Cups. So it looks like there's some really lovely social energy around you. So maybe there's been a little bit of a shift, but I do see some joy coming in here. This is Christmas week here. We have Temperance. Luck, blessings, expansion, bigger picture. She's dipping her toe into new territory. This is ruled by the planet Jupiter. You do have a square with Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. So allow it to remove the things that don't work and make space for the wonderful things. 3 major arcanas week by week. 7 of Pentacles shows up here. No, remember this Temperance card showed up for Christmas week. Okay, so looks very beautiful. New Year's week, 7 of Pentacles, kind of keeping his mind on what he's growing, what he's working on there. And so just kind of staying focused into the new year, knowing that there's going to be a lot of shift in energy for you, Pisces, this new year. Once we finally get, I think they're going to retrograde a couple times, but once these planets are making their way out of your sign in 2025. So, it's not that having planets in your sign is a bad thing. It just can get intense after a while. All right, now I'm going to move these to the side. Now we're going to go into using the dice and this giant bowl of charms here. Don't overthink this part. Just going to see what lands here. And if anything jumps out to you, names, dates, initials, that kind of stuff. Okay. Now we started off here with the letter O on the first, E on the second. Over here on the 7th, we've got a good amount of energy. U and 5 of clubs, along with a moose, a G, and we have a little sailboat over there on the side. Okay. So the word O or GU. A lot of energy though, a lot of busy time on the 7th. The 9th, we've got a little horn, another moose here, letter I, a symbol for Mary on the 10th, along with a stone here. It feels like, I'm not sure if that's hematite or what, but it's like really grounding. Okay, we've got what looks like a police officer here on the 11th, the letter J. On the 13th, we've got a symbol for the world. We've got over here on the 17th, a book, 18th, an S. Just saw the word Jesus. Okay. The 19th, this says courageous, and it's a symbol for Aries. The 20th, we have a little truck. The 21st, the letter D. Doug. Does. 22nd, the letter P. Letter I on the 25th on Christmas, along with a music note. Okay, so maybe you're playing some music on Christmas Day. We've got a symbol here. The name Cecilia coming up on the 26th. Circle on the 28th. The letter number 2 on the 3rd of January, and a Y, a cross, and a goblet there on the 4th of January. Okay, so got the word drug. Also have the word doctor. Okay, so make sure that you make any doctor's appointments that you need to make for the new year. Also make sure that the pharmacies are going to be closed over the holidays, that kind of stuff. Make sure that you have what you need ahead of time. Okay, I've got the word Joe, Joe, the word okay. Dries, Dries. Okay. All right. So let me give you some dates now. And these are based off of the dice, which we haven't rolled yet. But it definitely looks like a lot of the energy, just according to the charms. The 7th of December looks like a power-packed day for you. Looks like also the 9th, the 10th, the 11th are pretty busy. You've got some nice energy like the 17th, straight through that whole 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. Energy on the 21st and the 22nd. Christmas looks pretty positive for you. I don't know if the name Cecilia has any reference for you over the holidays, but a lot of energy on January 4th, which is also a Saturday. Okay, let me roll these dice. We've rolled Venus in the sign of Pisces in the 8th house. Okay, so Venus in the romantic sign of Pisces in the 8th house, which is Scorpio's house, a hot and spicy water house. Okay, so there's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of emotion here. So make sure that you are, choosing your words wisely, especially with women, because you got a lot about the moon. So there could be aspects with the mother. There could be aspects just very emotional. Okay. And Pisces, you're used to that. You're in a very emotional sign. A lot of times you feel a lot, but don't always want to share a lot. Okay. But this is showing me that if you do share with others, because Venus rules relationships, that there could be a really big transformation here that could happen for you. This can also be a lot about finances too. Okay. Making good decisions during the holiday period so that you can move forward pretty financially okay into the new year. All right. I'm going to give you some dates. So you rolled the sign of Venus, okay? And Venus rules two signs in astrology. It rules Taurus and it rules Libra. So the moon moves into Taurus on Wednesday, December 11th at 10:55 a.m. and it hangs out there the 12th and the 13th until 12:22 p.m. These are power times for you. You also rolled Pisces, and the moon will be in Pisces starting on Saturday the 7th. That's where you had all that energy. So Saturday the 7th, that's the same day Venus changed signs to Aquarius. So I would definitely really mark your calendar for the 7th of December. And it will stay in the sign of Pisces through the 8th. So you can have a nice quiet weekend into the 9th, where you were chock full of energy on the 9th until the moon moves into Aries at 8:38 a.m. Okay. Now, you also rolled Scorpio. And because Venus also rules Libra, you're going to get that spell there of Libra to Scorpio, which is going to give you some nice power times right through the holidays. So the moon moves into the sign of Libra on Sunday, the 22nd, 2:08 p.m. It stays there the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, then it moves into Scorpio. So you continue the 26th, the 27th, until 2:46 p.m. on the 27th. Keep your eyes out for a woman named Cecilia, or anybody named Cecilia. And you have a lot of love and romance energy this month, and a lot of taking it moment by moment. Have a great month, Pisces.